Hello and welcome to this episode of the Work in Progress podcast. I am your host, Colleta Macharia, and I'm very delighted that you could join me today. Now, when you want to go fast, go alone. And when you want to go far, go together. That's another African saying that I like very much and from which we can extract a number of lessons. Remember in the last episode, I shared that I find that a saying or a proverb is worth 1,000 lessons. Now, from today's saying, when you want to go fast, go alone. And when you want to go far, go together. When we go together, when we go with other people, it may not always appear like we are going far. Take the example of my run with the antelope that I mentioned in a previous episode. And the antelope is a nickname for David, my husband, because of his love for running. Now, what I didn't mention is that when David runs 10 kilometers by himself, it takes about 55 minutes for him to complete that circuit. And when he ran with me, it took us an hour and 17 minutes. So clearly, he runs much faster and he actually goes much farther than the 10 kilometers when he runs by himself. And so it would appear that this saying does not favor him, even though it favors me very much because when I run with him, I run faster and I run farther. However, when we look at it from the perspective of running alone, it may seem that way, that this saying doesn't favor him. But here is the thing. Going farther in terms of influence, right, is something that may not seem obvious during that moment when the device is saying you're running much slower than you do, you need to increase your pace. And the truth is that when we operate within the relationships that I mentioned in the previous episode, which are, an upwards relationship where you are working with a mentor who is where you want to be or where you aspire to be, or in a horizontal relationship where you are working with peers, people who are on the same journey as you, people who are at the same level as you, or when you are working in a downward relationship where you are the mentor and you are helping another person to come up. Sometimes when you are in that space of helping another person to come up or helping a peer, it may seem like you are spending more time and you are probably not going as far as you would if you worked by yourself. But think about it this way. When this person that you are helping succeeds, and when they pay it forward in different ways, all right, as a result of your influence, as a result of your support, they will probably reach more people than you would have reached because they probably have networks that you may not have, or they have other people that they influence who are not within your circles. And so indirectly, it is your influence that is reaching this person's networks, which means that you have gone further by working with this person that you would have gone by yourself. So looked at from another perspective, in an organizational setting, when you are working with interns, who are fresh in the job market, maybe they're still undergoing their own technical training in school or in university. It may seem that sometimes we are taking a lot of time to train them or to work with them or to hold their hand, time that we think that we will never recover. And yet, when these people leave your space and they go out there and now begin to practice that which they learned as a result of your influence, then it means that you are going further as a result of the people they are reaching and the influence they are exerting. And so next time you are tempted to think, I probably will not attend today's mastermind group or peer session because I'm not the one whose issue is being discussed. I could use that time doing something else. Or perhaps I will not take on mentoring this person because, they will take my time that I could be spending doing something else. Think about people that you have probably worked with before. maybe that couple that is succeeding in their marriage, in their relationship, and maybe that is mentoring other couples because you worked with them. Or think about that CEO that is being very effective in leading her organization because you supported them. Think about the people that have come after you, and because you took the time and worked with them, they have become successful and now they are paying it forward. That is you going further than you would have if you had not worked with these people. And so think about those relationships and continue to give of your time without growing weary. Have a fantastic week, keep shining, and see you on the next episode. The Work in Progress podcast is brought to you by Cogent Afrique. Visit www.cogentafrique.com to check out learning and development opportunities for you, your team, organization, and family.